Namaste and welcome to India Calling. Today we have with us Adela, who is going to share with us her story of India. Adela, welcome to the show.
Thank you for inviting me, and I'm very glad to connect with India through you. And very happy to be here with this energy of India. We will talk about.
Very nice. Definitely looking forward to it. Take us back to that first moment of when did the thought of India happen to you and when did you finally come to India?
Yeah. So the first time when I said I will go to India this life, it was when I was 11 years old. So I was living in the old communist Romania by then, and my parents were starting to learn about yoga. They found some books and tried to do some asanas. We didn't had any like yoga teacher, but when I saw them, I wanted to study more. So I had my first book, like it was a very old book, Secret India, wrote by a journalist back then from UK, I think. And I read it at the age of 11. And after that, I said, I have to go to India. It's like a must. I can't imagine if this life won't happen to go there. It can be for me. So yeah, I start reading everything about India, what I was finding. It was hard to find something about culture of this country or anything else, or especially the spirituality and the yoga culture and everything, because we were living in a very communist country. So but I started to search more information about that and I start doing yoga at the age of 6 was the first time, and from then I was in love with the culture, even though I never went until the age of 34, I think. It was 2016 when I first arrived in India. So it was a very long period of dreaming, every year dreaming about going to India, dreaming about people, what can I take from there and everything. So it
Very
was a
nice.
long, but it worth it.
Very nice. But getting introduced to India, that too through a book and of course through your parents as well. And 20 years after that, you had come to India. So 24 years after that, you had come to India. Now, what was the points of India or thoughts of India that you had imagined or you were waiting to see when you come to India?
I think was what was fascinating me when I was a child. It was the yogi lifestyle. So I read in that book they were living in caves, meditating, levitating, leaving their body, and everything that was in that unknown part for me at the age was something that was very attracting me like a magnet. But after that, when I grew up, I realized that I want to to feel the vibe. I was expecting to be like a poor country, maybe a lot of garbage, maybe people are screaming, but I wanted, even though I knew it would be like that, I wanted to feel that vibe, because I think this is pure life living, not the quiet moments, because the quiet moments are inside us, and I found that in India. So not the quiet moments, but true life flowing in that culture of India, as I was seeing until then.
Wow. Take us back to that first moment of landing in India in 2016. What felt like? What were your emotions like? And what was the feeling of being in India?
Yeah, so first time I went in like more like a holiday with my ex-husband and my son. So my son was 5 years old. So I landed there, and the very first thing that I felt, it was the heat and the humidity. And it was like, wow, what is this? I can't breathe. But when I left the airport with the taxi, we were going to the train station to go to Goa from Mumbai. So in the taxi, it was like looking at a movie. I was in that movie, but not like participating, just observing. And
Wow.
it was life flowing through that space that I was traveling with the taxi. So everything was flowing in a very natural way. Every color, so colorful, so noisy, so smelly, but it was like, oh my God, I want to take this in. Now I have goosebumps. I want to take this in every cell of my body just to feel this life flowing through me, in the same time through this, that particular place I was in. So it felt like very alive. Yeah, very alive, because I was coming from maybe a boring life, like a normal life of a mother and a wife. And I was put there in that expanding and expanding place where I can feel the life flowing through every cell of my body and through every people that I was walking through. Yeah, very.
The first time you came to India, you came with your family. But after that, you wanted to do it alone.
Yes, next year. From next year, I travel like for 3 years alone, I think. So next year, I went alone in Rishikesh for 1 month and a half in a yoga school to have the 200 TCC for yoga teacher training. Yeah, so I went in Rishikesh. I was very excited about it. It was my first time traveling alone not in Europe, so out of Europe. It was easy to get there. I went to the school, and my first time I went in the room. I was living alone in a very small and dark room with no windows. It was a window, but it was a wall near. So no windows, small room in a very poor country far away. And I started to cry, and I called my husband then, and I said, I want to come back home. I don't want to stay here. And he said, okay, take it easy, just relax, and you will see tomorrow. Like in 2 hours, I called him back. Okay, I will stay here for at least 1 month and a half. And everything changed. I went in the street. In the street, I met my colleagues, I met my teachers, and everything was perfectly in that moment. And I said, okay, I am welcomed here. I felt very welcome from my teachers and all of the students. And it was like 1 month and a half of the first deep transformation in my life.
Can you talk to us about the moments in Rishikesh that led you, during your yoga teacher training, that led you to use the word transformation? I'm sure something deep and profound must have happened, during your yoga teacher training. So if you can share that, that'd be nice.
First of all, I met a lot of new people. I was alone, and all my attention was just to learn and to learn about myself, not to learn just about yoga. So the people make it easier for me to be there. We had a lot of very deep connections, and in the same time, there were the teachers that were teaching us, and they were traditional, let's say. And for me, it was the first time when I really went into a discipline, because I was coming from a family where discipline was like, let's say I was coming from more than a hippie family and everyone can do everything they want. But here I went into a discipline, the discipline of yoga, waking up at 4:30, doing 1 hour of meditation, and after that the classes. So I think the first transformation came from this discipline of asking myself, okay, can I do this? Can I be a disciplined person? Why? Because I have a goal to get closer to my truest self. So discipline was a very big part of that transformation. And after that, I think, of course, all the teachings and how the teacher were teaching us and how they were explaining, how they were guiding us, not just in learning yoga, but in learning life and in learning how to be yourself in a world that wants you to be someone else. Because coming to India, and that's why I'm every time returning one of this point, coming to India was for me was about finding myself, not finding so many teaching, but finding myself in that teachings, because it was like a remembering of, okay, this is me, the real me, and I don't have to perform to be anything else, because everything or everyone here, it's perfectly fine as they are. Nobody wants to be anything else. So I learned that in my first 1 month and a half. And of course I had amazing adventures, rafting on Ganga, and it was life threatening. Oh my god, oh my god. And the excitement after, and a lot of adventures in safari, and it was I am never I never said that I am traveling to India. I'm going to India to find something or to learn something, but I don't see myself as a traveler. I see myself as a seeker of me.
What did, completing the 200-hour training itself, change about how you saw yourself at the world around you or being in India?
Yeah. So I think it was the very first time of my life when I really stressed about an exam. It was very learning everything. I was putting so much effort and so much time because I wanted to do this. So it was in the first time, it was very stressful. After that, it came with release, not because I graduated these 200 hours, but because from now on I can go and share just a little bit of my experience, not in teaching, but my experience in life, as I was saying, that I learned to live in India. So I was excited to go back home just to share just a little bit of this amazing culture and this amazing transformation in the search of the soul and finding your truest self. So every time I was teaching yoga back in my country, I tried to teach in this specific traditional way and not to put it in, I don't know, some marketing yoga just for people to come, because every time I wanted to brought a very small part of India back in my country. And I think I did it, and people came to my classes in the first years just because it was a little bit different. They felt we were singing mantras in the beginning. We were doing a lot of pranayama, the asanas, the meditation, yoga nidra, and it was like a complex of bringing a small part of India back into my country. So it was and this is very important also for me, was keep learning. Also now, from in the last 5 years, learning tantra but the traditional tantra from Kashmir, with a teacher from there, and everything I want to keep it in the traditional way. I don't want to change anything, because I know it's very important that if I keep the tradition, if you keep the tradition, and 100 people will keep it, it will go far and far, and it won't go away.
Okay. You've talked about India like it has two different energies, and also you've been to the north and southern parts of India. But could you talk to us about your understanding of this?
Yeah, I felt it last year. So last year was my 10th time in India. We had a retreat in Rishikesh, and after that, I wanted to spend more time. I didn't have very strict programs. After the retreat, I went a little bit far from Rishikesh, in an ashram in the jungle. And it was the third week that I was in India that time. And it was very nice in the ashram. We did a lot of practice, lot of silent moments, and I was in silence for a few days. And at some point I felt, okay, I was there for 1 week, and in the last 2 days I said, I feel that I need to get out of here. I want to be in India, but I feel that it's too much Shiva energy. So because we talked last time, I feel that in North, it's like the Shiva is there with on its throne, like sitting there and holding all the mountains all the Himalayas mountains, and all the energy, and the energy is very dense, and it's very, very deep and very strict, and very disciplined, but in a good way. And I said, I have to get out from this energy because it was too much. And I flew to Goa. And when I arrived to Goa, I said, this is what I needed. Goa, it felt like with this tantric energy flowing. Everything is just a flow, just the feminine flow of Shakti, that you feel like Shakti really lives there, like it's very grounded in the soil and very present. And I think if someone has time to do both, to travel to north, to spend some weeks there, and to spend some weeks in the south, I think it will be the perfect balance between the north, the energy of Lord Shiva, and the south of the energy of Shakti, the flowing feminine energy. Yeah, I felt it. I never thought about it, but I felt it because I had time to stay more and to like spend some time in silence when I had some conversation with Lord Shiva, that in Himalayas, and after that going to the south. It's very interesting and very powerful to embody both.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. In between all this, traveling to India with family, to solo, and then to bringing groups from Romania. How did that start?
Yeah, I started for the first time I went solo. Second time I went solo. After 2 years, I went with my best friend, which I organized retreat with. So we were just the two of us also in Rishikesh in a Kundalini teacher training. So we were there for 1 month and a half also. And I said, this school and this culture and these teachers and everything here is too precious to be just here for people not to feel it. Not because, yeah, it's nice also to have online courses. And now with online, you can go everything in the world, but people have to feel like how is to be here. What is this vibe? What is this energy that this land has it? So we said, okay, we have to bring people here. It was like, and I was like, oh my God, I wanted to be all alone in India, and now I'm bringing more people with me. But it was very nice. It was a very nice retreat. So we came with a group of people, first in Rishikesh in the first year, second year in Goa, third year in Rishikesh, another year in Goa. So we are balancing this between. And the people were very amazed. I was very sincere with them from the start. I said, okay, we are not going in a 5-star hotel. We are going in an ashram. These are the conditions. We will have to wake up at 5 in the morning. We will have to do all these practices. It's not, and I also have a specification in the description of my retreats. This is not a vacation. This is a deep transformation and working with yourselves. So our retreats are about transformation, not just to come and yes, I want to go to Beetle Ashram and to drink a coffee on the Ganga. This is not about this. It's about transforming yourself. So people that came in the first year came in the second year and third year and fourth year also because, and I said, okay, do you want to go? Maybe you want to go in another country. Or no, I want to go in, but you went there. And they said, yes, but every time is different and I feel it. After 11 years, every time is different. Nothing is the same as the previous year.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. In Indian spirituality and in Indian culture, generally, guru plays a significant role. And did you had your fair share of encountering masters and getting guidance from masters?
I never thought about this, like you said it, that guru is very important. I all the time I thought it was that we are our own gurus, but India changed this for me. So I met like, let's say four gurus. There were in 3 different schools. So the guru of the school where we did a Kundalini teacher training, it was the guru that was a founder of the school. So he was, I think I can speak about all the 4 of them. They are different. There are 2 men and 2 women. And I think a guru is someone that still has this childish energy. So this guru that I met, they were all in that energy of child that were enjoying life, laughing all the time, taking lunch with us, talking a lot. They were not someone on the like here and we all the rest were down. So we were like feeling, we were looking like also last year we were in the retreat with people from Romania with a group. We were 12 people, and the guru had every they had a class with us, and we were staying like in a circle, and he was talking about everything with us. So we were having questions, and I think it's very important that you will find a guru that it's more close to your heart than maybe anyone in your family. And not because you are talking with him about your friends or your problems, but because it has that energy that guides you, and not necessarily through words, but just to being himself or herself. And also the women that I can call them guru, it's my teacher from Kashmir. She lives in Goa, and I learned tantra, traditional tantra with her. She's very powerful. She's very in the Shakti energy, but in the same time, I feel very close to her. And when I look at her, and I all the time I'm thinking, okay, I don't want to be like her, but I want to take this path of her and do things in my own way. But she's like very, I don't know, because the words are not enough uh, to describe some people that you meet in your life, and they are, without knowing, they are changing your life forever. So I think this is a true guru, that he doesn't come to you, okay, you have to learn this and this and this. He's being himself, and you see that, and you learn this. What you have to do to be yourself.
Yeah. It took you 10 years to go to Varanasi. And how was
Yeah.
it finally landing in Varanasi?
And I heard people are from here, from Romania, they are saying me, "Oh, you are going to Varanasi, I want to go." You've never been to India. You can go first Varanasi. No way. Yes, I knew about Varanasi for a long time. And like 2 years ago, I was watching a lot of videos on YouTube about Varanasi, and I said, okay, I want to go there, but I feel I'm not ready. So after 2 years, I said, my teacher from Goa, she was doing a pilgrimage from in Varanasi. So I said, okay, I want to go with her, because I need to go with someone that knows the energy that will guide me from there, because I can't. I think you can't go to Varanasi as a traveler. I want to travel to Varanasi. It's not about traveling. Varanasi is not like a spot to photograph or something. Yeah, so it took me 10 years to go to Varanasi, but I went last year in November. And from the first time, here I have also goosebumps. From the first time I land there, it was like landing in another dimension. And I was with my friend from Romania, and I said to her, this is not a place on this planet. I think this is, I don't know how to explain, but this is in another dimension. I felt like I went to a total another dimension. And as I was traveling from the airport with the taxi to our location, everything felt so not from here. Like I was in, I don't know, 100 years ago. I was seeing all the people, everything was moving like in slow motion. Yes, it was, I can't explain, but I felt that I stayed there like 6 days, 7 days. And all the time I had this feeling, this place is not in this dimension, it's in another universe. But we did a lot of Shakti Peeth. There we went to a lot of, because we are going in this tantra practices, and we went in, we also visited like 2 Shiva temples, but more in the Shakti temples. A lot of them, they are closed. A lot of them you are forbidden to enter. So we did a lot of practices, and it was, I don't know, mind-blowing is a very small word for what happened there. I worked a lot with me in the last 10 years with every time when I went to India, but Varanasi is something very, very special. It has like this very high energy. It's, I think if you're not ready, it can put you down in half a day, because it's a very dense energy and it's very powerful to hold it, and you have to know yourself very good to hold this. And of course, we did a lot of practices that were raising this energy, but the people were very nice. The city it has this architecture that I never in my life, that stairs that are going to, from every place you are going to that ghats, to the river. We travel a lot with the boat on the river. So it's amazing to see that in the morning at 5 o'clock with all the birds on the river and the sun coming up. And also we went to Manikarnika Ghat. It was, wow, so tantric. After that, I said, death is the most tantric thing that I ever felt, for sure. It is so complex and it's so beautiful, really beautiful. Before I had a very, let's say, good relationship with death. I never feared death or something like negative about that. But there I saw like dying there, and dying as old as you can is a very amazing privilege to have. And also death is not the end, and also death is not something that you have to be scared of. Death is the most beautiful thing that life can have in the end.
Yeah.
Manikarnika Ghat was something that I think for me it was like, I want to go there. I went. We had a very long meditation there and ceremony. So we went there for a few hours. And after that, the second day, I said, I want to go back, but I feel like I can't today, maybe in 3 days, because the energy was very, very, very high. But for sure, this year, I'm going again to Varanasi, to Kashi. I think I've also always said that if you like India, or from the first time, or you love it or you hate it, there is nothing between. You love it from the first time or you hate it in the first time. In my opinion, I think there is nothing between. This is the same with Kashi. If you love it, you will love it forever, and it will call you back. Like I said, okay, I want to go one time Kashi. Now I want to go for my whole life in Kashi every year. I don't want to live there, but it's something so magnetic that it's calling you back. I don't know how to explain, but I have to go to Kashi for sure this year.
I have been summoned as well. I'm going in the next 2 weeks. So yeah.
Wow.
Very nice. I have some quick questions, so if you can, like, give me your perspective on these, it'll be nice. So, first one, a lot of people from across the globe are wanting to come to yoga teacher training in Rishikesh. How would you recommend them to go about selecting the yoga school? Because they should make sure it is stay safe, it is, traditional, and it is truthful and everything. So, how would you recommend people about finding a yoga teacher training program?
I would say I did it and I choose very good about just from my intuition, but it's not working all the time. When I chose my schools, there were 3 of them. I searched from the guru and from the teachers, because for me it's very important to be only Indian teacher. I want to learn traditional yoga. I can't learn it from, okay, maybe it's a teacher from, I don't know, Australia that moved there from the last 20 years, but I want to have in contact only with Indian traditional teachers. So if I can say, I can recommend by names, but
Yeah,
I think
that's cool.
I think it's very important to find, when you read a description, to follow your intuition. When I read it, I said, okay, I want to go there. I didn't know anyone who went in that schools, but for sure I want to go there, and it was the best options for me, and that's why I brought people to that particular schools to be in.
A lot of people want to come to India, women especially, for spiritual reasons. But there have been a lot of conditioning and old statements about India. There's a taboo about coming to India. Have you come across these things, and what would you tell people to cross over this taboo and come to India?
Yeah, because as I organize retreats, all the people are saying me, I wanted to go in India for so many years, but I'm afraid. Why? Because of the poverty, of the food, of the intoxication, the whatever. And why are you afraid? That's why they are coming with us or with groups, because they feel safer in a group. But for me, when I first went alone, because you can compare Goa, because it's very, like, let's say for India, high standards. And then I went to Rishikesh, but I went alone. I think it's the mindset. The mindset is the most important. I never thought in these 11 years that I will get intoxicated by food. I never thought I will, I don't know, be unsafe on the street. I never thought about, I'm not saying that I go with like head in the front and I'm like, hear people, oh, nothing will happen to me. No, I am aware and I'm present all the time. I'm going to, from the first time I've eat food in the train, I've eat food in the street. I still eat food in the street and nothing is happening. Why? Because the mindset is I will go there to enjoy this and I'm not going there with a lot of fears. What if, what if, what if? And I think the mindset is the very important thing, because everything will be, we are not in control of anything. So if the universe wants you to get intoxicated, you will be intoxicated even if you stay in a 5-star hotel in, I don't know, Himalayas or something, or in Goa. So if you get your mindset well, nothing will happen to me, because I'm going there with open heart to receive everything that I need to learn and to get. Nothing will happen.
Why did you think a women pilgrimage specifically mattered, and why do you focus on that?
I think it's very important for also women in India and women all around the world to get in groups, in circles, to be there in the feminine energy. Because if we look at what is happening in the world right now with all the wars and all the crazy things are like mostly brought by men, like the masculine energy that wants to hold the power. I think we need more this feminine, slow and soft energy that is the energy of healing. The masculine, not healing only the feminine, but healing, holding space, holding a safe and soft space for the masculine to heal itself. So that's why I'm also working with circle of women's for like 10 years now, and we are doing this because we need to settle down a bit the high energy, this power energy of the masculine. So I think it's very important to learn and to know how is the goddess within us, the feminine. So that's why I'm learning also the teaching of the 10 Mahavidyas, to embody every goddess, to know her gifts and to bring her gifts through me in the world. So that's why I think it's important to learn more about how they, as goddess, are keeping the world together, and to try to do the same in this physical realm of where we live, in this reality.
I have two questions more. Talk to us about your tattoo.
Tattoo, yeah. I have a tattoo. It's right here. Is the map of India, and here it's here is the bridge from Rishikesh, the Laxmanjula bridge. Yes, Laxmanjula. I did it after my second time in India alone. So I came back and I said, it's like India. I don't want to say that for sure I lived there like a few lives ago, but here in India, I feel like I think it's my real home. Just a few years ago, I was telling all my friends at the age of 50, I will move to India and I will stay there forever. Now I'm not sure about this, but I don't necessarily want to move, but I want to be there as much as I can and as much as I want, because I feel like returning, it's like a part of my path. I am keep returning. Why? Not because I haven't found myself yet, but because I found myself there in India. And I think India is a land that keeps me whole, that keeps me and embrace me the way as I am, without asking me any change. So this is who I am, and India holds me. Okay, this is who you are. Come, I will hold you. It's like it's like this mother energy in India that I'm feeling very powerful and very important to have it. That's why I'm calling it like Mother
Wow.
India, the sacred land. Yes, and when I promoting my retreats, I make like text, but talking from a perspective that people don't even understand if they never went to India, but for sure they will.
Yeah, yeah. What do people in Romania assume about what you're doing in India that's completely wrong?
I think the first question is, the same question comes all the time. You're not afraid to go? Why? You are not afraid to go to Spain or to, I will be afraid to go to America, to New York for sure, but I'm not afraid to go to India. And I'm telling them that the safety that you are looking for is not in a place, it's like within you. And when you feel safe within you, you can feel safe everywhere. People also, the people that are coming with us in retreats, oh, I'm afraid of food, I'm afraid of, trust me, everything that you need to happen will happen there, even if you are afraid, even if you're not, even because things get happen as the universe or the divine ones. It's not about what you wish for or what you want or what you're afraid of or something. So, but because I traveled in India for the last 10 years, that knows me are like, oh, you're going to India again, okay? Or ask me, don't you go to India this year? Yes, I will go. Okay. So people are like used with me to go very often. And last year before Kashi, I said, I think it's the last year when I come to India because I think I have nothing to learn because I've found what I was looking for. And after Kashi, I said, oh my God, this is the new next playground from me for the next 4 years or something. So
Yeah, yeah, very nice. Last question. I'm taking you 20 years back. What would the 10-year-old self look at this life that you're living now? I think of you.
I think she will say that she never imagined that this life that I'm living, that we can live this dream of being, do what we like. I'm talking about me and myself. So I think it would be very amazed and proud to see that it can really happen in life to wish for, to dream of something for like your whole life, and in the end, not the end, in the middle of your age, it will definitely happen. And I think, I can say that I'm living my dream life and being able to be in at least two places, to be here and know that in November I will be in India and taking whatever she has to give me this year also. I think I am very blessed to be here.
Blessed indeed to hear your conversation, to hear your story, and share. Thank you so much for sharing this journey with us. I'm really looking forward to sharing it with our audience.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to go through memories, and I think they are not just memories that are like feelings that are still there, just waiting to flow through me. And it's very, very nice when I have the opportunity to tell people that India is not a place to visit, but it's a place to find yourself, your true self, and it's worth everything. The food, everything.
Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Before we close, you could also give a small intro saying, I'm this is what I do. You can reach out to me on this website. I also take people to India on retreats. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I'm Adele. I am a yoga therapist and also an Akashic oracle reader and learning about the shamanic ways. And I'm doing retreats in India every year, Goa and Rishikesh. And I hope that everyone who has a calling for India to follow this calling, because this calling will take you more far than you ever imagined. Thank you.
Lovely.